very typical. Yeah, I feel very typical also, very typical, yeah, unique. And this is the upset smile. You see, this is my remarks, very mysterious, because sometimes you cannot understand why he is smiling, and inexplicable, irritable, and embarrassing. And this is the end. Thank you very much. Any question, please? So any question?
I think it's interesting that you pointed out that Vietnamese don't recognize mental illnesses. Well, the situation with the Virginia Tech shooting, he was a Korean guy, and he was the same thing. But in Korea, they didn't recognize him as mentally ill. So when he came here, they considered him a normal kid, but in reality, he was mentally ill. And since in Korea they don't recognize mental illness, kind of like in Vietnam, that was the result of not being recognized as mentally ill. Belongings by fire guns, Yeah, so I thought that was interesting.
I feel horrible about my life. I couldn't get into a real college, and I'm not mentally
Okay,
ill.
going back to what Dimitri just said, I think that if they were to recognize mental illness, it would be beneficial for them, because of the environment where I work at, there's a lot of cases that involve mental illness, and why people they get diagnosed with mental illness, but the families don't do anything about it. And if they don't put them on mental institutions where they should put them, and if they keep ignoring the problem, those people would escalate and do things like what they did at the shooting, and they go and kill other innocent people. If they were to be contained in a mental institution, it would be different.
Well, why do the Vietnamese smile at everything?
It is explained that when I read some of the Vietnamese documents and the books, said that because maybe the Vietnamese, they suffer from much of agony, so this is just a release. And Vietnamese, I think, is true. Vietnamese, they must spend a lot of time of the history with war, with the China, with French, and some with Americans and that. So they suffer from the war, and they're poor people. And I think that psychologically speaking, it's contagious. When you smile and people smile, and becomes people habit. But the main point is that I think that because the Vietnamese, they suffer from agony much, so they just smile as a defense in the thought, to defense as a react to the mood, to balance. For example, if they are happy, they love to hear blues songs more than happy songs. Yeah, please.
You said that in the 1970s to 80s,
Yes.
fishermen, they came to the U.S. through boats, right?
Actually, they go abroad through the sea first. They don't know where to go, because they was very simple. They cannot go far, and they just hope that when they escape from out of the international border, and they comes out of the sea, international sea, and the merchant ships can pick them up. And sometimes they have to set their boats on fire, because according to the international law, if the boats they see other boats, but they must rescue, because sometimes they ignore the boats. So the people, they're very, very brave. They set the boats on fire, so the merchant ships must save them. Yes.
The object
Yeah.
is a fence, right?
Yes.
So how about the five finger?
Five finger is.
Imagine it's a come.
Yeah.
Right?
The five fingers is less upset, but it's for the boss to the subordinates also, for the upper people. But we need to say that.
It's the same. The same American
When we can, but still a little bit upset because just do this for your younger people.
You know what you're saying is making me think a lot, because now I'm thinking about it, we don't really say it out loud, but we would never, now that I think about it, a subordinate would never say to their boss, like that. You would never do that. You know, we never think about it. We wouldn't do that either. And we probably wouldn't even do this. It would be, it's too commanding.
You probably would go to them.
Yeah, or you'd say, you try to do it in a different way. Yeah, can you come here please? You do it in a more like submissive way. But this is very commanding to somebody. So that's interesting that you guys turn this down to make it sort of less pushy, I guess.
That's more like,
Philippines
no way.
too.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about before. It looks like you're shooing them away.
Any question more?
Yeah, right.
Yes.
My personal opinion is, you feel some strange behavior or you feel something different in the, for example, the Vietnamese community living in the United States. So my understanding is that it's not as serious as mental problems, or it's maybe a cultural shock, or cultural differences. So some conflicts. It's not so serious as, for me.
Yeah, that's very understandable because you are of Chinese origin and they look at you like that. If it means they have a conflict among families, among people, if you have studied psychology, I just discovered that through my psychology course in college because you have read that, and before I learned psychology, and Vietnamese, I just think that the mental problem, they just behave crazy, that's mental. But mental is in the part. And some people, they look very normal, but they are mental inside, mental problem inside. And someday they kill his wife. That's as my friend just told us. Sometimes they kill someone, they rape someone, they beat someone. So you can look at the eyes. You look at the Vietnamese people, because you know what, I'm alone. So if I have free time, I must go to the public places like Vietnamese market, or even go to the cafe shop. Even when I've just been here, and a lot of people, many people, and still now, my friend also Phoenix just advised me not to go to cafe shop. My elder sisters, my relatives, anyone, you know, because when I know that when I go to the cafe shop, I see a lot of mental people. It's real, but it looks very anxious looks. But I must go because I don't know where to go. It's a very dangerous place, and a lot of people tell me so. And so speaking about the mentality, you know that you think it's not serious, but to me it's serious because I'm a Vietnamese, I'm living in a Vietnamese community, and I must go to public places, and I have sometimes have to deal with that people.